How the hell does Saro do this? In Saro's iconic 20 million view Billie Jean performance, he triggers a haunting synth melody without ever touching a keyboard. Most people haven't got a clue how he does it. If you look closer, he's hitting 2 buttons for every single note. It's a ghost technique that exploits a setting in the Boss RC505 manual that 99% of loopers never touch. And it's not the only incredible moment from this performance. The percussive pitch shift he uses on his mic and the amazing loop reversal that wowed the audience. I'll explain these techniques, plus the exact transpose settings he used to create the ghost loop from thin air, so you can master these techniques and use them in your own sets. But before the synth, he needs to build the iconic Billie Jean bass line, and he does it by abusing his microphone. Chapter 1, Microphone Hit. Look at what he is doing to his microphone. He isn't singing, he's tuning it. Saro is creating a percussive sound, but then he's cleverly using the input effects of the Boss RC505 to change the sound. Now this is what hitting a microphone actually sounds like. If you go through the user manual for the Boss RC505, don't worry, I've done this so you don't have to. There are loads of effects that you can apply to the sounds you're sending into the loop station. These are called input effects. My best guess here is that Saro is using the transpose effect. He moves this knob here between each hit. So the first sound is like this, the second is like this, and so on. By changing one knob on the pedal, Saro can define exactly what note is being played into the looper, and then these notes are captured into the looper for playback. And this is the first incredible part of the performance. He builds the bass track hit by hit, and the audience go mad as they hear the full loop being created. One of the best things about live looping is seeing the magic happen in front of your eyes, a full loop being created, note by note, perfectly in time. It's awesome, really. And then he delivers the first big reveal of the performance. Chapter 2, Role Reversal. I love the reaction of the audience and the judging panel when Saro reverses the loop. And before we get into it, look how Saro builds the tension. He literally stops everything. Absolute silence on the stage. This is so rare in music. It's really effective. Sometimes what you don't play is more important than what you do play. Anyway, the effect that Saro is using here is the reverse effect. It's an effect that many looper pedals have built in. It literally takes the audio in the loop and plays it backwards. So Saro has to be really clear on the notes that you need to play. You have to work out which notes you need to play backwards. For example, if I play these notes, can you guess what it reverses to? Stop the video now and put the answer in the chat. No cheating. Now here's the reverse track. So I just did the same thing as Saro. Pretty awesome, right? Anyway, the level of musicality and techie skills to think of this and land it is out of this world. Saro has mastered the looper pedal, but there is still a trick up his sleeve which is way more impressive, and it's why you click this video. And I think it's much harder to spot. Chapter 3, Ghost Synth. Listen to this. When I first heard this, I thought, aha, he is using a pre-recorded loop. He didn't record that part at any point earlier. To be honest, I wasn't watching the screen, but then I noticed for each note he is pressing 2 buttons on the RC505. So what the hell is going on here? Firstly, Saro is using a one-shot loop. It isn't a loop that plays continuously in the background. It's a loop that you trigger once by pressing a button. The exact loop is a high-pitched sound he recorded earlier in the song. Saro is changing the note of that loop each time he plays it. He is shifting the exact pitch of the note by pressing one of these buttons. These buttons are the track effect buttons. When you press one of these, they apply whatever effect you have loaded into them on the loop track you've selected. And the effect he is using is the transpose effect. Transposing means changing the key. Here, it means changing the note. You can program in the note changes. So button A will have +2 semitones. It makes the note go up a whole step, like from a C to a D on the keyboard. Button B will have a +3. This makes the note go up a minor third, 3 semitones. So this is like going from C to E flat on the keyboard. And this is all that he needs to make it work. When he plays the first note the first time, he just presses the round button. The note is already correct, no transpose needed. For the second note, he presses the round button and the button A. This makes the note go up the 2 semitones. For the third note, he presses the round button and the button B. This pushes the note up 3 semitones. For the fourth note, round button and button A. And these are all the notes he needs. To start the pattern again, he needs to remove the effect, so he hits the round button and button A. And that's all there is to it. Pretty cool, right? Also, pretty simple, right? And that's my next question. Chapter 4. Why is it so good? So why is this video so popular? And why is Saro so damn good at looping? I think there are 2 reasons. Firstly, Saro has completely mastered the Boss RC505. He knows all of the secrets. He has probably read the manual, but more importantly, he has played around with the pedal lots. Saro has spent time experimenting with his equipment and coming up with interesting ways of using it. And I think that a lot of musicians forget that experimentation is one of the best paths to discovery in music. So if you've got a piece of gear that you use, how well do you know how to use it? Play around with it, have fun. You might find something new and exciting that you can fit into your next performance. The second reason that Saro and this video are so good is the vision, the ideas. It's no good having all the technique in the world if you can't put it together into something compelling. Saro has packed at least 3 great ideas together. He thought of the loop reversal, he thought of the ghost synth, he thought of hitting the mic and tuning it, and coming up with great ideas is something you can learn. The way I do it is to watch inspirational performances and then try and replicate what they do in my own music. And if you want to learn from the looper who has the most views on YouTube out of all of them, watch this video here.